K here for K's Road Treasure, and I want to talk about something that actually came to my understanding just of recent. I did not know this is how actually Uber was behaving as of recent. But if you're walking in Massachusetts, there's a few things that you need to look out for. Before, when we would get a ride that is taking us out of the state, say I've done rides that are going as far as Connecticut, I've gone to New Jersey, I've gone multiple times to New York, multiple times to New Hampshire, way too many times to Rhode Island. Rhode Island is just like, every day. But here's the thing. What happens is if you get a ride and it takes you out of state, let's say you end up in New York, like right now, 4 hours drive into New York. What's gonna happen is you're not gonna have the access to driving people in New York. It doesn't matter. You're out of state, it means you're out of UberX, Rideshare. The only thing that I've realized that you can do is you can actually deliver food, which does not help you at that point. Because usually before, the way I would do it, if I end up in Maine, if I end up in New York, what I would do is it depends on what time of the day and what time I'm into my shift. Usually if it's at the end of the shift and it's midnight, whatever, I'll just find a place, sleep, and then in the morning or whenever, I would put on directionals, which means I would get rides that are pointing me towards Massachusetts or towards Boston. And usually if you were far away, say in New York or even deep down in Maine, what happens by the time you get into Massachusetts or by the time you get into Boston, you have enough for the day. So you just, go home. But now it just came to my attention that you cannot do that anymore, because when you're in New York or when you were in Maine or when you were deep in Rhode Island, you cannot have access to driving UberX. You can't drive passengers at that point. So you cannot even put on directionals, which means you can't get rides that are bringing you back into Massachusetts. I'm just warning you. It happened to me. I hope you don't do the same mistake. So now, when you get a $200 ride that is going from southern Massachusetts into Jamaica, New York, into Bronx, that is going into, Point Judith in freaking Rhode Island, you have to be careful, because it means that the fare that you're taking to take that ride to go all the way to Queens or all the way to Jamaica, New York, is all you're gonna get. And you will have to drive all the way back into Massachusetts in order for you to get another fare or another ride for Uber. So I just hope you note that before you take the ride that is going to take you out of Massachusetts. For me, ever since I figured that out, when I see a ride that is taking me out of Massachusetts and it's going deep into another state, I don't take it anymore. Simple, because it doesn't make any sense. It means you have to drive all the miles back into Massachusetts before you begin walking again, for you to start walking again. So everything comes with advantages and disadvantages. So the Massachusetts qualifications, where we have a minimum pay of $30+ for active time, and the sick time and all that, family time and all that stuff that they put into a pipeline for us, came with advantages, but that's one of the disadvantages it came with. So I hope you guys are noting that, and next time you take a ride that is taking you out of the state, that that's gonna happen. All right, that's all I had to say for today, guys. If you haven't subscribed, please go ahead and hit the subscribe button. I need this channel to grow up a little bit. It's lacking too much. All right, I'll see you again next.